Thank you for joining us today for the SpamSoap mail hosting activation tutorial for administrators. Today we will be covering 2 deployment scenarios for this product and answer a few frequently asked questions. Let's get started. The first scenario assumes that the MX records for the domain are not currently configured for inbound email filtering. That being the case, the first step is to create the user accounts in the SpamSoap mail hosting portal at mail.spamsoap.com using the credentials included in the setup instructions provided to you. Upon logging in, enter your time zone and click Finish. In the Settings section, expand the Domain Settings folder tree and click on Users. Create and configure all users, aliases, and distribution lists here. Failure to create all user accounts will result in the non-delivery of email. You may adjust users' mailbox size limit here. Setting it to 0 will allow that user to utilize up to the total storage allocation for the entire domain. Distribution lists can be configured under Aliases. Once users and their passwords are created, they can be edited at any time. For more details on users, click on Help. Once accounts are created, users can access their webmail, contacts, calendars, and user settings at mail.spamsoap.com. For information about collaboration tools and mobile device support, click on Help. Step 2 is to configure the local email client's account settings for all your users. We will be using Outlook 2007 for our example. First, create a new account under Tools, Account Settings. Choose Exchange, POP3, and IMAP. Check the box to manually configure settings. Choose Internet Email. Fill in the name and email address of the account. Choose POP or IMAP. Then enter mail.spamsoap.com as the incoming and outgoing servers. The username is the fully qualified email address. The password should match the one set up in the mail.spamsoap.com web console. Select More Settings. Under the Outgoing Server tab, check the SMTP authentication box and use the same settings as the incoming server. Under the Advanced tab, if using POP3, the incoming server should be port 110 or 995 if using SSL encryption. If using IMAP, the incoming server should be 993 with SSL encryption enabled. Whether using POP or IMAP, the outgoing SMTP needs to be changed from port 25 to port 587 without encryption. At this point, you can test sending a message from this account to an external address outside of your organization. Number 3, once all accounts are created in the web portal and email clients, the third and final step is to modify the MX record per the core and outbound filtering activation tutorial. Once completed, you can test receiving a message at this account. You may continue to receive email to the old account for several days during DNS propagation. After allowing time for this propagation, it should be safe to delete old account configurations. The second scenario assumes that the MX records are currently configured for inbound email filtering. In this case, follow steps 1 and 2 from the previous scenario. After both have been completed, log into the SpamSoap filtering console at the location provided to you upon initial activation and navigate to the Setup page. Change the inbound SMTP server to mail.spamsoap.com here. Change the outbound SMTP server to the IP address corresponding to mail.spamsoap.com, which is 216.32.129.42 at the time of this video production. These changes may take up to 15 minutes to propagate. You may test sending and receiving mail at this time. This concludes the SpamSoap mail hosting activation tutorial for administrators. If you have questions or need additional information, please consult the online help within each page or contact the support team.